Hi everyone, it's Carolyn Service with o2bstamping.com, and today I'd like to show you a project that I made using one of our newest products. It's called Brusho watercolor crystals, and these are so fun to play with. They come in 5 different little containers and 5 different colors. And you might notice that I've got a little push pin in the top of each of my Brusho containers. When you purchase these, you don't want to open them, uncap them, because the powder inside is so super fine that it'll just go everywhere. So all you need is this tiny hole that a push pin will make. That's all you need to be able to get the crystals out of the bottle. And from my experience so far, these are going to last you a lifetime because they don't use a lot of the crystals to create the effect that we're going to make. So this is the card that we've used. Hopefully you can see this. This is watercolor paper, and it is embossed using the Petal Pair Textured Impressions embossing folders. So I used this one, as you can see, but there's 2 different designs. Okay, I'm going to take my watercolor paper, insert it in here to emboss it. It measures 2 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I'm going to sandwich it in between 2 cutting pads using my Big Shot platform. Okay, so I ran it back and forth through the Big Shot 3 times so that I could get a good impression. It's a pretty design. I love this. Okay, then put these aside. I'm going to bring in a paper towel to protect my surface, and then I'm going to just use 3 actually of the brushes. So I'm not using the blue today, and I am not using the moss green. I am only going to be using these 3 colors. So this is Gamboge, yellow, and brilliant red. So I'm just going to start with the yellow, take my push pin out, and I'm just going to start sprinkling this randomly all over my white cardstock. Now, for the cardstock, I do recommend either the watercolor, which is what I'm using, the watercolor paper, or the thick Whisper white, or even the shimmery white. I've played with those so far, and they seem to work pretty good. So then I'm going to sprinkle some Gamboge. The Gamboge is sort of an orange color with yellow specks in it. Okay, a little of this goes a long way, especially with the red and blue colors. So I'm just going to tap a little bit of red where my flowers actually are to kind of highlight them. Okay, so you can kind of see where I've added the red. Might be a little better. Plug that back up. Then I'm going to bring in a spritzer that I have filled with water. And I am just going to spritz this. And you can see it start to just get vibrant with color. Isn't that pretty? Love it. Now each one of these always come out looking just a little bit different because, you know, you really can't control where the powder is, how much you're using. All of those things are going to be taken into account. You can even tip this if you get it really wet and have some of the colors run if you want. But then the next step is you need to let this completely dry. So what I've done is I made one of these up. So I'll bring that one in. And then one of the things that I am going to do to bring out the color, the flowers and the pattern, is to wipe across it with white craft ink. So I'm going to bring in a piece of scrap paper and my white craft ink. So I have actually a stamp pad that is the white craft ink, but I will tell you, whoops, sorry about that. I will tell you that this could transfer some of this color onto your stamping pad, which with me, I'm okay with that because I actually have two of them, and I can take a baby wipe and just wipe off any staining on the pad and then re-ink it, which is what I do, and then I just keep my other one to use for without worrying about color transferring. So another thing I did was I just took a little spot, we carry these in our catalog, and I just inked it up with white craft ink. So I'm just going to try that, see how that looks. So you can see where the color is starting to show up. The white color on the flowers. And that just really pops the images, that you can see them a little bit better. Gives it a nice effect. This is going to be wet for just a few minutes. You want to let it dry really well before assembling the card. Okay, so the actual card consists of Whisper White, and it measures 8.5 by 11, and it's scored at 4 1/4. Then I took a piece of Real Red that measures 2.5 by 5.5. I put a piece of ribbon. Oh, well, actually, I have to add that onto it first. But because it's still a little wet, I'm just going to kind of show you what I'm doing. Okay. And then I took the ribbon, actually, and tied it around this edge here. Okay. And then I also, once it dried, I added some of our metallic shapes. So on the card you can see there's 3 little pieces around there, and then it's also, you can make it pretty as well by putting a little star somewhere on it. And so I'll put that aside. Then last but not least, you want to do the Amazing You. What I used for that is the Celebrate You Thinlits die, which are free with a $100 order if you place it before March 31st. So I just got some scrap paper, Real Red, and Daffodil Delight. I put it on my magnetic platform with a cutting pad and then another cutting pad on top. And then I'm just going to run that through my Big Shot. Okay. And zoom this in a little bit for you. Alright, so there is that element. And then Amazing. This one may need a little help coming out of the framelit. Yep, popped right out. Okay. It's got one little tiny piece there that needs to come out. There we go. Okay, and then I just took those and placed them on my card using some my fine tip glue pen. Throw it in here, and that's it. That's how easy that card is. So I hope you've enjoyed that video. Simple one, but do keep in mind that this Celebrate You Thinlits die will be unavailable after celebration, which is March 31st, 2018. So be sure you place your qualifying order before that date so that you can get the Amazing You Actually, it's Celebrate You Thinlit dies. The reason it's Celebrate You is there actually is a third die that is Celebrate that goes with these other two. So I hope you've enjoyed that video this evening, and if you have, I hope you'll leave me a thumbs up, and if you'd like to be notified whenever I post a new video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and stop by and visit me at my blog, otobestampin.com. Thanks for stopping by tonight, and I hope you come back real soon. Have a great week.